All right, let's get into it. This is how we took our stage 1 Chevy, this beast here, and turned it into stage 2, fully finished touring build. Boom. All right, so in this video, I'm going to give you a full walk around of the build and the process and how we turned it into this thing. So big thank you to the wifey behind the camera. She is walking around showing me, or showing you guys the build vid today. But anyway, as always, a build vid, sort of walk around. You start at the front, you walk your way around. But I want to give you a bit of a backstory. So come with me, come for a wander. So if you haven't seen the previous couple of videos, it was a big process for us to move on from our beloved 200 series Land Cruiser and turn an American Ute into a touring vehicle. So I will chuck those couple of links in here now, and they'll be in the video description as well. That will probably answer a lot of your questions you might have about how we ended up building all the specs on this rig. So the last time you would have seen it, she was a black tub back Chevy. Now it is the ultimate touring beast. So quick process, we dropped it off back at Big Dog Builds. They managed the build, and then over the couple of weeks they had it, they've turned it into this. So they put a bar on it, they put a roof rack on it, they put the canopy on it, they get the springs reset, they get the color changed, and they've rooftop tent chucked on, and then they give you a ring and they say your car's ready to pick up, and we get this thing. So pretty damn stoked. Let's go for a look around, eh? Let's kick off with the biggest change of stage 2, and it's got to be the train canopy on the back. So going from a tub back ute to a canopy, mate, we've always had a train canopy for touring, and we absolutely love them. They're hard to live without when you don't have it. I tell you, tub life was tough. Anyway, so this one here is a Norweld. It's an elite train canopy package. So swing in close, give you a few specs. It's a 2286 mil tray, and then a 1740 mil canopy on here. And which gives you've got this extra tray sides on the back. So the American Utes have got these huge trays, right? I don't need that much storage space. Like if we had a full width length canopy all the way enclosed there, you've got all this interior storage that you just sort of can't really fill. So the 1740 with the extra bit on the back for storage and your spares and all that just suits us really good. It's a good touring size, I reckon. You've got underbody toolboxes underneath. There's a 58 litre water tank tucked up under there. And then of course, up on top, the penthouse, we got the rooftop, and that's a Bush Company AX270, and this is a 270 max awning, so it folds all the way forward and all the way around the back. But swing around the back here. On the back, we've got the Jenny hitch. Underneath, we've got a full-size trundle drawer that comes out. Also got a table on top there to mount a barbecue or something if you're cooking. You've got like a water jerry and your spare tyre. Now, what you can do with this, you can actually swap them around. You can run 2 spares, 2 waters. You can have nothing there if you want. And you can still fit the spare 35-inch rim and tyre, 35-inch tyre and rim, sorry, up under there in the factory position. So you can carry 2 or 3 spares if you want. All right, let's get to the good stuff, open her up. So this one here, I'll quickly touch on the toolboxes. Look at this. They've got new torsional hinges now. So as you open your doors, they stop in any position. You don't have chains or wire or crimps and stuff holding them open. So that's real handy, and they're super, I can tell you from experience, waterproof, dustproof, if you're doing the cape and all that sort of stuff. Absolute gold. They've all got whale tail latches on them. So as you push them in, twist, the compression locks and down like that. So that provides you compression on all your seals so you don't get any water and dust in. They've run the big portal guards on this. So because I've got neg 12 fitment on my tyres, the portal guards come out and cover the extra stance on them. Have a look at this, mate. Are you ready? So I've left it empty so I can show you what it looks like. I tell you what, there's not another feeling in the world like a fresh canopy feeling. The smell, the look, the feel of it, before it gets dirty and full of gear and all that sort of stuff, it just, yeah, it's like that new car smell, but that new canopy smell beats it. Let's have a look at the front here. This is my sort of kitchen side, okay? So you start with the fridge. It's Dometic NRX 115. It's a fridge freezer. So the best upright fridges in my opinion. We've had them in the last couple of rigs. I left that empty as well so you can see the amount of space in there. Really good, mate, absolutely cracking fridge. Following on from the fridge, we've got our pull down pantry, so I'll quickly show you that. Ding, and you got plenty of storage, mate. You put all your dry food items and that in there, and it also holds grog bottles really well. So if you want to have your Bundy bar or some Jim Beam or something like that shoved in there, it all fits in really nicely. And it's great because there's no drawer slides and hinges or nothing to break. It just all slides in and out of the way. Really handy, that one. And then you've got your kitchen table drawer combo, which slides out there, and you've also got your table. I'll pull that out at the same time. And out we come. Drawer comes out, table comes out. There you go. And as always, the Norworld Australia map. So when you're touring, you can show the kids and you can mark off all your little spots in that. Now you'll notice this will be a big talking point, I think, and it was very relevant to us while we were building it, is how high it's going to be and is it going to be functional. So this build's only got a 3-inch lift in it and airbags. At the moment, it's still sitting a bit high because the springs haven't settled. It's brand new, we haven't towed with it. So once we get the canopy full of gear and we tow with the van and that, I'm predicting this is going to settle another inch or so. So if we would have gone like a 6-inch and 37 lift, there's another 4 or 5 inches and your table and everything's going to be up here. For me, who does all the cooking and uses the canopy the most, this is still a usable height, and it is going to lower itself a bit more. So I can access everything, and that's about as low as you're going to get it with a 3-inch lift. Let's see if the wifey can open the fridge. There you go, because all the girls are going to want to know. Yeah. Do you reckon you'll be able to reach that?
I think so.
Oh, there you go. No step, no stool.
It's good. I'm on my tippy toes.
You are on your tippy toes, yeah. But you're gonna get that. Like, it's a big American ute with a lift and 35-inch tyres. You're gonna have a few compromises along the way, but at least it remains super functional. So there you go. That is the kitchen table drawer side of the canopy. So one of the big new features in this, Norworld have put their new platinum wiring package in it, or their battery package, worked together with Red Arc to fit 600 amps of lithium just in the canopy alone. So there is 2 300 amp Red Arc batteries tucked in behind the fridge in the drawer there. And then also in behind the fridge, tucked in super nice, you've got your Red Arc Red Vision, you've got TVMS Rogue, and you've got your Red Arc Manager Alpha. The Red Arc Manager Alpha is your AC, DC and solar charging battery manager. So it can be customizable up to 100 amps of input from any of those 3 sources. So when you're running on the car, you can charge 100 amps off your alternator. I've got solar come in on the top, which I'll show you. Yeah, so it's a really good system, man. It works really good. And quickly up here, there's a double GPO there. So on the other side, I'll show you, there's a 3000 watt inverter in the back of this canopy, which will power anything you want. 3000 watts will run air cons, heaters, bloody air fryers, cookers, microwaves, everything, or multiple. It's crazy. Let's come around this side, open her up. This is pretty much just our bulk storage side. So if you've seen our vids before, it's very similar to our last package, but we always had this full sort of drawer in here, which we house stuff. Now that we're not touring full time anymore, so we like to carry different sorts of gear. Like when you're on the road full time, you're living out of it, the same stuff goes in there all the time. Now we use it for different trips and swag trips and fishing trips and caravan trips. This is a lot better for us to be able to throw, for example, 1, 2 fridges in there, extra fridges if we want to do an off-grid trip, fishing trip with some lads, yeah. Swags, you fit 2 swags in there lengthways jammed up in there. So that's the reason for that sort of layout. Coming here for a quicker look, this is the 3000 watt inverter, the Red Arc inverter. You've also got a couple of sockets here, so USBs, SIGGIs. And on that, you couldn't see them on the other side, but there is extra Anderson outlets to run extra fridges. So I can tuck the wire in through there and plug them in, have a fridge, freezer, all that sort of stuff, bigger ones. Up the top is a removable shelf, or you can actually slide that along, or you can get different size ones. So if you only wanted a half one, you could have that in there as well. Tucked inside that is the ARB twin air compressor and a little tank. So you can switch that on via your Red Vision on the other side, and then you've got an on-off switch there, and you can plug your outlet in there for when you're airing up tyres and stuff. The twin compressor is gold, mate. You need them for 35-inch tyres and caravans. You got a lot of tyres to fill up. It's going to take a while, so you at least need a twin. All right, how good's that? That is the layout on the Canopy anyway. Doesn't it look schmick? One of the epic features is the Norweld on the Canopy doors. They've got their own design central locking. Fits in this little compartment here, powered up, you get a key fob. Lock, unlock. It's the best, mate, eh? On both Canopy doors. When I say Norweld Elite package, tray and Canopy, this is the Elite tray and sideboards. So if you look at their standard ones, like Norweld, were always renowned for their tray bases, and it had the checker plate and rope rails along the side. This is the new version, so you can actually color code the tray sides here, and it's got their own extrusion, which is like a rounded front headboard and then flat, so your Canopy can butt up against it, and that makes this Canopy removable. So I can put some jack-off legs in the corners and the whole Canopy will come off, and I can use this as a tray if I want, which suits us now that, like I said, if you're not full-time touring, you can use it for a lot of different uses. Let's move on from the Canopy quickly, and we'll start at the front because there's been a lot more changes up there. So also, if you think you've missed something, or if I've missed something, swing back and watch the first couple of vids because it will answer those questions. I'm trying not to double touch on everything from the last vid of stage 1. So any info about all that will be back in this video here. And this wrap here was done by our wrap masters on the sunny coast. So you drop it off to them for like 4 or 5 days. They pull all the trims and doorknobs and grills and everything out of it, and they wrap it. Now this is called an iced silver titanium is the color, and it's like a matte finish. So it's come up schmick. All right, front end, big decisions on the bars on these things because I found in my research, there's not a lot that I really liked. Like I didn't feel like they complemented the front of the car much, but we come across these ones between me and Dino at Big Dog, and we look through all these different designs and that. And this is let me get this right. This is a addictive desert design. Addictive. If I get it wrong, I'll put it here. Anyway, but it comes, the real good thing I like about it is that it's a sort of pretty much a straight replacement for the front steel bumper that come off the Chev, but it follows all the lines neatly. It comes painted in that matte sort of UV powder. And then you've also got side lights in the corners that sort of stead that way. You've got little light bars, and then you've got a rail on the front, which you can mount smaller lights. You can mount whatever you want, but I like the idea of just having a smaller set of spotties. I've got 4 KC highlights across the front. That way you still retain all your airflow coming in the front here. When you're towing, you don't want to be choking up any airflow and overheating your engine and transmission and stuff. So that's my thoughts behind it. And then it's also a winch bar. So Big Dog have made their little fancy bracket. Booyah. There's a carbon winch in there. It's 15,000 pound Scout winch. It's got a remote and everything, and that tucks away in there nicely. Got recovery points on the front welded into the bar. I just find it super neat, mate. Anything that have big hoops and side things and that on these American utes, it just didn't really tickle my fancy. This one, I just feel it looks epic, eh? Like absolute factory. Hey, I'm gonna open the bonnet and give you a look at some fancy work under there, but I'll recap on the UHF comms. So we've got an Oricom inside, there's a DTX 4200X, and this one here is a new antenna package. It's like an all-terrain one. You can undo this little grub screw and change out the whip from a 3 dB aerial to like a 6.5. So if you need more range and different trips and stuff, you can swap them out. But this little short stubby one looks sick. I'll open this bonnet because, well, if you didn't watch the last few vids, I've sort of been working with Big Dog as like a research and development sort of partner. So got ideas, we try and make stuff with new brackets, new designs, new different things. And then I'll put them in this and we see if it works, and then they offer them to other people. So if you get what that means. But have a look at this. This is bloody epic. Over this side, have a look at this. So over this side, might not, now some of you might be like, oh, well, it just looks normal. But I tell you, there's a lot of R&D and a lot of knowledge gone into this to make it look pretty specky. So over this side, you've got your winch isolator and then some breakers, all neatly labelled. And then this one here, it is a main breaker for every accessory in the vehicle. So pretty much everything that Big Dog have put on it can all be isolated from the factory Chevy by just turning that breaker off. So that's a pretty cool function, I reckon. Over this side, this is nice, mate. This is so neat. When you pop the bonnet, the lights come on. There's a little switch here. Bonnet down, no lights. Bonnet up, lights come on. You've got a voltage gauge over here, and then also you've got all your fuses and breakers all tucked neatly along a new design bracket. It's all folded, painted, all your wiring's routed nice and neat, all up to there, and your switch pro tucks away up in there. And yeah, more fuses, cabling, breakers. I know, it's just cool. If you like 12-volt stuff, it's pretty sexy, I tell you. There's also inputs here. You can run solar panels, like external ones or blankets, and plug them in here to charge up your car, and under-seat battery setup, which I'll show you. But I'm loving it, mate. I think a lot of hours went into designing that, and I'm stoked with it. So there you go. On the roof, she's changed a bit since stage one. Don't worry about that. So up on top, now this is a big dog accessory rack, something they designed themselves, and they fit to all these American utes with different mounts and stuff. But this side is a 200-watt red arc panel. That feeds the under-seat battery setup, which I'll show you. That's another pretty mid project, don't worry. We've got tread recovery boards here. Got 2 on at the moment. You can fit 4 on these spigots if need be. And then this little back corner here, can you see that there? Maybe pass the camera over. There is Wi-Fi, mate. We've got a Starlink Mini on the roof of the Chev. Have a look at this. So that there is a Gorilla Mounts mount, and it will actually go on any of your roof rack brands. So whether you've got Rhino Rack or Roller, or I don't even know the other brands, but it's got different mountings and that, so you can mount it on whatever you want. And the good thing about it, I can just undo 2 of these anti-theft screws, take my Starlink out, and run it on a boat or another car or a caravan and stuff if you want to. But they reckon, yet to be tested, this will work in your caravan while you're hooked up to it and stuff. It's got enough of a Wi-Fi range that you can run Wi-Fi in your van. So stoked with that, mate. Really bloody cool. There's just a little switch inside your glove box to turn the Starlink on and off, and just log on as always. It's great. Push company up the top here. Got the solar panel brackets. Another 200-watt solar panel on top. That feeds that epic system, or that epic battery system in the Canopy. Come and check this out, mate. I'll start on this side, swinging a bit close. Down here, you got Red Vision that controls this battery setup here. So turn him on. This will tell you your state of charge, your inputs, your charging setup, all that sort of stuff. If you'd known what a normal Chev looks like, they don't have anything under the seats. These just hang across the top here, and there's just sort of empty space underneath. So the lads at Big Dog have designed this sort of custom folded, upholstered frame, and inside it, it mounts all this battery gear. So I'll swing over the other side. Underneath in here is a 200 amp lithium battery, a slimline one. On top is it's an all new Red Arc BC-DC Alpha. It's a 100R, so it's similar to the one in the back, but it doesn't have an AC charging input. So don't really need it when it's in the vehicle, because you're going to be driving the vehicle all the time anyway, plus you've got the solar on the roof. I don't feel I need an AC charging solution inside the cab. So it's a great product for that if you don't need it. And it's also customizable charge rate up to 100 amps. So you can control all that and set all your settings through that Red Vision screen. Now that all leads over to this side. You've got a Bluetooth shunt as well, so you can check it on your phone and manage your settings and that on your phone. You've got all your fuses and breakers and everything for all the accessories included under here that run off this battery setup. And then on this side, you've got a 2000 watt inverter, a Red Arc inverter with the power outlets on this side. So you're probably thinking, oh man, that's a bit of an overkill. You got 2 different battery setups in the one touring vehicle. Yeah, I agree. But the thing is, we had this as a tub, and when you don't have a canopy on the back, what do? Where's your battery setup? Like, where's your inverter and everything to run all the gear you need to go touring? So we wanted to create a solution. So not only when we take the canopy off, but for everyone else out there that runs a tub back American ute, there is an option to get an off-grid battery set up and put it under the seat of your ute. So this has been a project to get finished, and we're super stoked with it, and it works an absolute treat, mate. Now, a big winner for the kids is, if you can slide around here or chuck me the camera, on the front seat, on the front of the box here, is you've got USB and USB-C outlets. You got 12-volt Ziggy and an Ando, so you can run it, like put a fridge in here if you wanted to. And then on this side, you've got another set of charging outlets. So that means on big drives, kids can download some movies and stuff. They can plug their iPads in, straight underneath their legs, and then you don't have any fights over anyone's devices going flat. So we've all been there. If you've been on the road for a while, I'm sure you've all been there. But now that problem is solved. There you go. That is the underseat battery setup. I like it. All tucked away, nice and neat. Once the seats are down, just going to get my dirty footprints off it. All right, I'll just pop the rooftop tent up on it and give you a look. I'll also drag the awning out as well. So up on top there is the Bush Company AX27 clamshell tent. I've had that tent for years now. I had it on the 200 series and I've thrown a new one on the CHEV. And this time, this awning I've upgraded it a bit. So I've always had the 270, which is wraps around the back of the car like this. This one is the XT. So it has this extra triangle of fabric at the front, so it folds forward and connects to the front of your car here. It gives you heaps more coverage, especially over your fridge in your kitchen area in the back of your canopy. Bush Company setup on top of the Norweld, absolutely killing it. It's a good setup, eh? It's like the most comfiest, easy to use, easy to set up rooftopper that I've used. And the thing I like most about it is probably that you've got the extra height to leave your bedding and blankets and pillows. I leave a fan in there, a water bottle and stuff like that when you're traveling in it full time. You can actually leave a heap of stuff in it, clothes, toiletries, and shut the whole thing, and it clips up easy enough. Most other clamshell tents, they're that thin that you have to pull all your bedding and stuff out and shut it up, and it's a real pain in the ass. These are so easy, eh? Just make your bed, shut the lid, 2 clips, boom, done. And then the same with the awning, you just unstrap it in a couple of spots, fold it back around in the bag. Now there is a little bit of an art to putting it away in the bag. I will admit I had to watch a little YouTube video on how to do it to get it to go back in, because the first time was a real debacle, don't worry about that. Anyway, that is the rooftop tent and awning. Up we get. I'll show you why I like this one so much. Have a look at the space in here for one. Storage pockets up there, got a fan in there. It's got power either side, so you've got like a USB and a ciggy lighter. I add an extra topper inside, so it comes with a big mattress underneath, but I had this in the last one just probably because I'm a 42-year-old wuss and I like sleeping real comfy. But I put a little bamboo topper in. Heaps of room in here. It's like over 2 meters long, 1.3 wide, so you can fit 2 or 1 and 2 kids in here easy. Oh, let me kick my thongs off. And then one of the reasons I love it, it's so easy to put up, but how's the view and the breeze? Got all this midgie mesh, really good midgie mesh, so you never get any midgies or mozzies in. Heaps of airflow. Ooh-wee. It's sick, eh? Let's keep going with the Chevy. All right, here's a quick rundown on a few things I haven't put in this vid. Like I said, if you go back and watch the previous one about the stage 1 build, you'll probably see the details on these things. But this is my Logic IQ, or the Logic Q. This controls your airbags. So if we press this and unlock him, there you go. You've got presets. You can go across to preset 1. There you go, hit him and it'll go up. I think I've got that set to put the caravan on. And then you can just stop them, you can go up, you can go down. Super easy, just hooks into the compressor underneath on the chassis. And there you go, this lives on the dash, easy to go up and down your airbags. No need to run your compressor, pull your airline out, put your bloody gauge on the tyre valves again and jack them up. Just boom, super easy. Love this setup. It is a 2500 HD, it's an NB2 category. It's got a 58-28 kilo GVM and it's got 4.5 ton towing. These are KMC forged impact rims in an 18-inch and these are a Nitto Ridge Grappler. This one here is the Switch Pro unit, so you would have seen that mounted under the bonnet, but this actual control panel is above my revision mirror in the front seat here. So this allows you to turn on like your left side camp lights, right side camp lights, your daytime running lights, and then these 3 are your roof spotties, your spotlights and the light bars in the bull bar. So these 3 will come on when you put your headlights on, whether or not you've got them activated or not. This has also got an app, so you can adjust everything via the app and turn it on as well. Pretty cool. Have a look at these things. If you stand on them, they are AMP Research electric side steps. So when you open the door, they drop down. And when you open, or when you shut the door to get back in, they'll go up on their own. So, how good. Anyway, thought I'd show you that. Well, that's it. We are super stoked with the full build. That is the absolute done and dusted, finished stage 2. Our perfect setup for an American ute. The Chevy 2500 HD, New Weld on the back, big dog build, colour change, addictive bar on the front, lights, rooftop tent. Mate, we are super stoked with it. I'll tell you what, it drives like an absolute dream. I never thought I would love an American ute as much as I do. I'll admit it, it's bloody cool. And we love it. Everyone's made a huge effort to get it done, and thank you so much for all the partners we've worked with. And to you guys out there who watch our vids and stuff, I can't wait to get this out in the tracks and do some camping and caravanning and show you where we take it and give you a bit more of a review on an American ute for Australian touring. So thanks guys, appreciate it. Until the next one, drop your comments, questions, feedback down below, and stay safe, eh? We'll see you out there.
Who's to know if your soul will fade at all? The one you sold to fool the world. You lost your self-esteem alone.